my motor. You can see where that piece has been welded on, but it's actually blowing chips back this way, all over here. Interesting. There goes that last truck. Let it cool down real quick. Give you an update on what's going on. Tomorrow's going to be different. I don't know what's going to happen. So one weird thing about doing these daily vlogs is you never know what's going to happen day to day. And yesterday, I got the text. My little Liberty, my little 5-year-old kindergartner, fell down the stairs. They didn't have school yesterday. And she fell down the stairs and broke her arm. And she broke her ulna and her radius in her arm, so her arm's like crooked. Okay. So she's got to go see the surgeon in the morning. So I got to go there, which means Mike's gonna come chip. So I wish I could give him the camera and say, here, record some stuff. But then, you know what would happen is you guys would all want him to record all the time and you wouldn't want to see me because it'll probably do a lot better. But here's the trick, is that whenever the boss comes to run this thing, you gotta have it ready to go. And it needs a little bit of work. It needs chain. The knives wouldn't hurt to change them because it's just wet back there. It's not like no giant mud holes or nothing. It's just got that 2 foot of slime on it. And it gets all in your tops. And that flail does a really good job of cleaning the dirt off. But it still gets through there from time to time. So your knife, you need to sharpen. You need to put new sets in all the time. If you run a chipper at all or been around one, you know what I'm talking about. It's only got two loads on it. They're a little dull. Tom, he's a little confused today. He got on one of them smartphones. He's over there like, he's in between that loving it and learning it mode, you know. Learning how to run it, and then I think he's completely enjoying himself playing with it. So I've looked over there quite a bit because we've been waiting on wood a little bit today, and he's just with his glasses on, just enjoying himself. But that's today. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully I can get out here in the afternoon. I should be out here in the afternoon. And but I need to work on that throttle too. My little motor, the throttle doesn't work. Bungee cord works fine. But it's nice to have it controlled in the cab. But I'm not sure what it is. Believe it's the wiring in the box. It's the wiring somewhere. I know that. I just got to get it whittled down. I'll figure it out. Wouldn't be the first time I figured it out on that wonderful control box. But look at that pile of mess. See, that's the one nice thing about that new flail, is I don't have that pile of mess right there. And I don't have that pile of mess back there. Just out here. That's all gone. And you see these, it shoots these things out of the overs. They go flying up in them trees. So, see all this stuff back here? This is all garbage that comes out of there. Every bit of this. And there's stuff poked all over in these trees, but it separates that out right there and says we don't want it. But that's all this stuff. That new one is a lot nicer. We had a guy come up from Georgia. Watch this chip a little bit. Gonna buy more bark, and he was running a Peterson flail with a pusher on it. And by pusher I mean it didn't have a conveyor like this. It just pushed the bark out the side. And that was one thing he was impressed about, was how clean it is around our flail compared to his, because of the mess when you have the pushers. Now the pushers, it's a give or take. A lot of people swear by the pushers. A lot of people like the conveyor. The pushers are a lot less maintenance, I believe. You don't have that whole chain and all that business going on. But it's really clean around there when you have that conveyor. That was what the one guy said. But get on this thing, it's a mess. And anywho, I gotta get to work. I gotta figure out this throttle, and I gotta do chain. And if Paulie's got knives, if he doesn't have knives, then I don't gotta change them. But if he's got them, then I gotta change them. So I'm hoping he doesn't have any. Anywho, we're gonna figure this stuff out. Paulie, come back!